Hey guys, what's up everyone? Welcome or welcome back again to another video from the Apex Predator Billiards Training Club. My name is ApexElgenio, your aspiring professional pool player and pool instructor straight out of the small island of Jamaica, and we are back on the channel, but this time we are bringing to you live action from one of my most recently concluded tournament, a tournament that in fact I did quite well in. I finished 7th place, really confident going into this event, and was expecting that I was gonna have to do what you guys are expecting me to do. Now of course here you can see that we have kickstarted the action. I unfortunately did not get my camera started at the point of the lag, but my videographer got the video started while I was in this rack. So of course you are going to be entertained by the quality of pool that is being played. Of course, do not forget to hit the subscribe button below to be notified when my other matches are posted, along with other useful tutorial contents that will be posted on the channel. And do not forget to share this out to your pool community. So let's jump into it, and I'm going to give you the best commentary that I can possibly give you on this match here. It is truly an entertaining one, but it gets better. It truly gets better as we go down into the remaining part of the tournament. So definitely let's look into some assessment of both players, what was going into the minds of both players, and how exceptional this match was here. Now of course, if you guys missed the vlog of me taking a trip to this event, I did make a prophecy or a forecast that I was going to win the tournament, because I did feel really confident coming into this event, and of course still feeling really confident here, but I did not fulfill that prophecy by placing first. You will see the match with me and the player that won the event. And of course, it was truly an incredible tournament. It was an all-round solid performance. It took the best pool to get rid of me in this tournament, and truly it was here. Now, my opponent on screen here is a veteran A-level player, been playing the game for a bit more than 15, maybe about 20 years, but he has had many success in this game as well, and truly a player that is not to be taken for granted. Definitely, he is in fact the owner of the venue that I'm playing at, so you definitely know that he's not a walkover. You have to play exceptional pool to defeat him. Now, I did in fact start off really confident here. I don't remember who won the lag, but I know that, as you can see here, I'm on the table. I do have a problem ball, which is the 11 ball, tied up between the 6 and the 3, and I do have a tendency that when I'm actually in a match, sometimes I do not gauge myself. This was one of those matches where I had to just kind of get in stroke, because one of the things that I do learn during my practice is that being ready, or saying that you're ready, and actually performing when it's required is two different things here. And so of course, you know, sometimes I go on the offense a little bit, and sometimes I don't know how to gauge. Now of course you can see Sunil Newman here, really talented gentleman, veteran in the game, as I said before, and you'll see throughout the demonstrations he just made a few mistakes, and of course I had to capitalize. You've seen on my channel that I've been working on really running out once my opponent makes a mistake. They're really nice opening shot there by Sunil, and he's one of those type of players. He's not like me, very systematic. He's more of a field type player. He goes with the flow, kind of just uses his experience to navigate himself around the table. So you'll see that he pockets the ball very well, He plays very good position pool as well, and he's just allowing. You notice that he's just working with the flow. He's not really thinking too much. He's not very systematic like I am here. He does have a problem there, and well, just as I stated that he had a problem, he has already solved it. Nice shot there, moving quite fast around the table. I'm not using a shot clock in this particular match here because this one moved quite fast. Both players are a very fast player. I'm a medium fast player. He's a fast player, so he doesn't take a lot of time to really assess a lot of stuff there. You can see he missed an uncharacteristic shot there, and even if he had made it, he would have left himself a little bit tough on that 7. So it would have been very interesting to see, had he made that 3 ball there, how would he have gotten on the 7 with the cue ball being on the rail. But here, giving me an opening opportunity here, just going to be potting the 11 here, bouncing out, and now all I have to do now is to just pocket the 10, just edge it off the 3 and just open up this shot here. So really good opportunity here to take a 1 rack advantage here. Beautiful shot there, and 11 ball just bouncing out nicely here. As I said in the vlog, you would have seen where I told you that the whole entire room is air conditioned. The table is at Simonis 860 cloth, sliding cloth. The cloth is not brand new, but it's new because of course the tables are covered every night and it's air conditioned every day. It is cleaned every morning, so you can see how it plays way different from my home table. So I had to do a little bit of warm up and adjustment to the speed of the table and the stroke, but I did in fact play very well here. Really nice opening here. He gave me an opportunity. Well, in fact, I gave him the first opportunity. He didn't capitalize. I take the chance, and now I have a 1-0 lead here. Alright, this tournament was in fact, the name of this tournament, you should see the poster coming up on screen here. It was the Dog Nam Dog tournament, and this is in fact a tournament that is leading up to 2 major events coming up in Jamaica. That is in fact I don't remember, I think you can see the poster on screen here, and of course the Jamaica Pool Championship, which is going to be a $1 million grand prize. So definitely putting in some work for this, and as I said to you in the vlog, I will leave a link pinned in the description so you can see what goes on behind the scenes of these tournaments. You can see some of the players in actions, you can see some of the behind the scenes actions, and you can see my journey that I take when I'm coming to these kinds of events here. My training was not in preparation for this particular event. This particular event for me was just really to test if what I am actually doing can be delivered when it matters the most. So as I said, a lot of adjustment had to be made during this here, because of course I'm playing in a far more advanced environment, so I can't break as hard. I have to be very careful as well. So I'm using the side rail break because that is always my go-to option whenever I'm playing on a new environment here. Really solid break there. Let me see if a ball had to be pocketed. Of course, one was pocketed on the break, so not much problems here. Let me see if I could possibly run this out. 7 ball is good, can be made into the side. 6 ball seems to be my opening shot. 5 ball is pretty good, so I'm taking the 6 ball into the side, already trying to sort out the problem on the 7, because that 7 ball can be very tricky. And I still have that 2 ball, is it, that is down at the bottom side of the reel there. So just taking care of 1 quadrant on the table here. As I said, guys, I played really well. I prophesied that I was going to play well, and I in fact did. Beautiful shot there, coming 2 cushions, playing perfect position here on the 7. Now this 3 ball here seems to be a problem possibly, so I'm gonna have to try to figure out how to get on that ball as early as possible. But here's where I kind of outdo myself there. And I missed that shot. You can see that I'm very composed still. Not sure how I missed that shot. I may have been in two minds, may have been quite indecisive, because as I said, this 3-ball here was very, very tricky. So I had a really acute angle on the 7. I was trying to squeeze it so I could hold position for the 5. But here, leaving another opening, and you can see just by his demeanor around the table, you can know that he's poised to be a quite dangerous player. His mental fortitude around the table is very, very good. He doesn't really play with the kind of nerves. I know he plays a solid game. And I know that he was out of the game for maybe about 5 or more years. So he wasn't active on the competitive scene, because I believe that he had lived overseas for quite a while. So when he came back to Jamaica, he started to put in more work. But I know that he doesn't have a lot of time to do a lot of practice, and as you can see, without practicing, you can see that he's definitely a dangerous player. So nothing to really take for granted here. I definitely have to be on point with my game and definitely play the game as opposed to not playing the player here. So moving the cue ball quite nicely around the table. This is my opening match. I have to stay focused. I have to stay I have to believe in the skill set. I have to believe in my training. My training and my belief in my game is really what got me here. Now this is a mistake, and you're not really seeing the full picture because the camera had an awkward angle because of how the environment is set up. But he was shaking his head there. He knows that that was a big mistake. Cue ball slide on him a little bit and heading up. But he's going to play a beautiful spin shot here, just pocketing the 11, almost scratching. But then look at that. Really, really nice. Getting some sort of shot on that 13, and he's down pretty quickly. So I feel like, in my opinion, I feel like this was one of the biggest downfall in this match for him. Based on my analysis, I felt like he needed to spend a little bit more time planning the shots, because there you can see he missed that easy pot there. And just like the last rack where Sunil Newman had an opening, he missed an easy pot and left me with an opening. So of course, I'm going to definitely try to capitalize here. So now I'm going to be potting that 3-ball, which was my problem. I'm going to perhaps try to go for the 7-ball here. I'll pot it, come down here for the 7. Really, really nice. And a little bit of an awkward angle. You guys are not getting the true angle of the table based on the camera. But this shot is a really nice one here. Oh well, I decided to play safe. So playing safe, really using up my safety. As you can see in one of the matches that I played against Nicholas Linton, I knew that I had to take caution. Once the run out is not doable, I'm going to have to play safe. But Sunil Newman came out and showed his true class here. I initially thought that it was a good safety, and to my surprise, Sunil Newman pulled off one of the shots of the tournament here. Would you look at this shot here? Steep, thin cut on this 13. I could not believe that he made that shot. Absolutely incredible shot there by Sunil Newman. And that kind of sent me a message, because I know I was up against it. And I know he knows that I do this whole YouTube thing. He knows that I'm training. So he knows that he's not going to take any unnecessary chances or try to take anything for granted. He's going to definitely play the game. And Sunil Newman definitely made his presence felt in this match. And now he has drawn level at 1 apiece. So Already not the most flawless performance by both players. My rack I won was just because Sunil Newman missed an uncharacteristic shot, and of course I played what I thought was a good safety. Sunil Newman has actually proved me wrong, that I need to be a little bit more tight on my safety. So really good shot there. Thumbs up to you, Sunil Newman, for that. Definitely added some value. But my mental game, I have been working on my mental game for quite a while, and I know that even when your opponent plays a good shot like this, you have to still remain strong and mentally sounded here. So Sunil Newman broke the rack here, leaving a bunch of clusters. So this is a far different break from the first one. I feel like this is a more cautious break because, of course, every player, once you go into a match, you're going to be testing and feeling out, is your opponent shooting well? You're going to have to test the defensive part of the game here. So I felt like, and Sunil Newman, if you're watching this match, you can definitely let my audience know if that was a strategic break used there. But I needed to also let you know that there's a particular rule that we added to this tournament, and that was in fact the 3-point rule, where every break 3 ball must pass the side pocket. I'm not sure if that's the 3-point rule, or is that a ball in hand? I'm not certain if that's a ball in hand. That's a foul shot. So that's quite surprising there by Sunil Newman. But let's get back to the point I was trying to make about the rule. We had a 3-point rule to some extent because the Jamaican players over the years has used this strategic break where they break the game soft and let a few balls come out of the rack. Now, the organizer of this event knows that that's a strategy that players have been using, and he has added that rule so that players can actually add some more force to the break there. Now, giving me a ball in hand at this point, I'm not really going to play the tic-tac-toe with any player. Of course, I'm still going to remain cautious when I'm playing, but I'm definitely going to be going on the offense, right? So, nice opening shot there. Kind of break open that cluster. I'm not certain if one of my balls is still stuck in that cluster. I think so, but I'm not sure. But I have the 7 ball there, and I have the 2 ball on the short rail to the top side. So I guess I'm going to be rolling in the 7 here and getting some sort of angle here on the 2. Might be a little bit straight. So I'm not sure if it's too straight enough for me to get an angle. I do have the 1 ball tied up with the 6, I believe, or is that the 14? The angle of my camera is not giving me a clear, and I don't remember the exact layout of the balls, even though I'm seeing it. But I don't seem to be, my body language doesn't seem to be a bit concerned. I think I'm going to have to try to spin the cue ball a couple of cushions. I think I made a huge error here. There you can have it. I did make a huge error there. And I'm not too worried about, because as I said, when you're in the actual game, you can't really show any signs of nerves or discomfort. I've learned from a particular player, I will not call the name of that player, but he's actually somewhere, he's actually in the frame at the moment. He's actually in the green there. He taught me a very valuable lesson a few years ago, that you have to not show signs of nerves when you're playing, because your opponent uses that as an advantage. And also, when you're in the chair, you have to observe the body language of your opponent, how they look, how they move around the table, the patterns you're playing. You have to stay in the zone. So even there, that I made a huge positional blunder, I still try to think positive. I tried to kick at the 2 ball, made a bad error there, missed, and now you can see that Sunil Newman is going for that 14 ball, which I thought was the 6. So he goes for that 14, but he still has some problems because that 11 ball there is tied up with the 13. So it's going to be interesting to see how Sunil Newman goes about running out this rack, if he does decide to go for the run. He plays a nice pot there, leaving himself a bit straight. Not sure if that ball passes the 10 ball here. His facial expression doesn't seem to be worried, so he's down quickly. I guess it's able to be passed. He's gonna roll it in here, maybe leaving himself. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's all 3 of his balls there. So that's not too bad. So I didn't have a ball in that cluster there. Again, as I apologize, guys, because I'm not seeing all the images or the particular numbers on the ball clearly. But as you can see there, he has the 15 ball tied up with the 11, with the 13, with the 10. I have 2 balls in the open here. So he has the 15, and he tried to play a safe. So I've already given up 1 ball in hand, and now what I'll have to do here is, again, I'm gonna have to kick. Again, I have to trust my training, and you know that on my channel I do a lot of kick systems, so I am actually doing my calculations. You can see that I don't do the whole feel, kick by feel. Everything for me for this particular shot, I kind of use feel, and I definitely got a good roll here, clipping the 1 and leaving my opponent really nasty here. He has a look at the 11, did peek out a little bit. So Sunil has a glorious opportunity here to take the lead, and you can see him just chalking his cue, composing himself here and settling down just to get the out here. Now, one of the things that I really recognize, because I don't have the luxury of playing on high caliber tables like this. My environment is more humid. I practice on an 8-foot table with bigger pockets, so these pockets are tighter. The table is sliding more. So in terms of the numerical calculations for the kicks that I make, I do have to make an adjustment for the slide. And of course, when I'm aiming, I have to aim a little bit more, like I have to take off numerical values. Like if I'm to aim at 40-20, I have to aim at 40-18, if you guys know what I mean by that. But I have to make an adjustment for the aiming. But I got fortunate to an extent. But Sunil Newman, whoa, big mistake here. He was trying to float into position, and if you look at his facial expression there, very disappointed, because of course he played a similar shot like that earlier in rack 1, where the cue ball float nicely into position, but this time he has hooked himself on the 15, and this is a big mistake here, because if he doesn't jump it or kick it or make something happen, if he lays it out easy for me here, he's gonna put himself under a deficit. So he tried to kick soft, and it wasn't bad, but with the level of gameplay that the Jamaican players, especially at the A level, are playing, leaving a pot like this can be really detrimental. Now, a lot of you guys may be looking at this and you may pause the video and ask yourself, what would you do? I do have a pot here on, I believe it's the 6 ball in the side, but the angle that I have here is leading me away from the 1. So potting that shot in the side doesn't give me a good positional advantage. So I decided to take the long pot here on the 1, and it was in fact a beautiful pot there. Really nice, really nice there. And you can see I had some element of safety in my mind, because had I missed the pot, I would have left Sunil snookered again. So that is kind of why I went for that pot. Now, notice that I take a little bit more time on this pot here, on this 2 ball that I'm going to be potting. And the reason why I take my time, and notice the delivery of the stroke on this shot here. Notice how cleanly I pot the shot. That was beautiful. And what came in my mind was in fact this. The link to this video can be found in the description below. Stroke here, but I don't know what happened here, guys. I think you'll see it. Just pay close attention to my body. I think I put a lot more body action into the stroke. Maybe had a little bit of unwanted side spin, but I missed this shot horribly here. It missed it by almost a half a diamond. And you can see that I missed that shot against Nicholas Linton there, and that was what came in my mind. This is why it's important as a player that when you have past matches, failed matches, you try to remember certain shots that you miss and make an adjustment. I knew that in that match against Nicholas Linton, I got a chance from Nicholas. I didn't capitalize because I stroked the shot too hard. And so learning from that mistake that I made in that last match there, the adjustment was made. So immediately that popped up in my mind that I had to have a softer, more subtle stroke, cleaner delivery of the cue, and more composure. And so it was delivered, and I got perfect position on the 8 there, potted to take a 2-1 lead here against Sunil. So definitely, again, haven't started this match. Always your first match is not going to be the best match. Most tournaments, especially when you anticipate winning the event, or you anticipate winning the match. In my mind, I feel like I have a stronger game at this point in my career than Sunil, but I had to show what I was feeling in myself here. So I capitalized on 2 mistakes made by him there, and so that has given me the advantage here. Now, of course, I'm a lot more comfortable here, seeing that Sunil is making a couple uncharacteristic error. It is now time to launch an attack here, and I wasn't easing down on the break, but not the most productive break there. I barely got 3 balls to pass the side pocket, so it was almost an illegal break here. A ball was down, in fact, so that's good. Lots of clusters to solve. Let's have a look here at the rack. The 14, the salt strike balls are a little bit clustered up. I do have an opening shot there on the 6 ball into the side, and the solids are not looking too bad. The 1 ball passes to the bottom right pocket here, so you can see that I'm definitely going for the solids. Definitely some work to be done here, and already launching an attack, not playing the tic-tac-toe again. So I had an angle to go into the cluster, but I got a couple of caroms, billiards, kisses. Didn't really leave me nice here. So I've got to definitely work out what I need to do here. Now, seems as if I'm on the 7. The angle of the camera doesn't make it easy for me to know what shot I'm going after. So I'm going at the shot there. Try to stun into the cluster. But let's see here. Definitely not in an offensive position. I know that the 4 ball is tied up with the 2. I have the 1 ball, so I have a thin cut. Am I going to play a safety? I tried to play. I'm not sure if that was a safety or that was an attacking shot, but it turned out kind of good in a sense here, because Sunil doesn't really have a strong opening shot. I'm not sure if he's able to see the pot on the 11. So we're going to see based on his decision here, because I know he has the same problems. He has the 15 ball tied up. So it looks as if he's going offense. He pots the 9 straight down. Really nice opening shot. So he only has 1 problem. But what I want you guys to do, as I'm doing here, my view on this video right now is the same view I had when I was sitting in the chair. And so everything that I'm doing, guys, I want you guys to put this also in your game. Observe the body language of my opponent. You can see that he knows that the 15 ball is a problem. So he's thinking about how he's going to solve that problem. And remember, he's down by a rack here. So he plays a safety. Looks like I have the short stick out. Or do I? I have the short stick out. So I'm going for the jump. I'm yet to really play a high caliber jump shot for you guys in an actual tournament, but hoping that one day I can. You've seen this on my channel. Did I jump and miss? I didn't jump. I'm not sure if I jumped. Yes, I jumped and I missed. So I scratched. And so that's a foul shot there. So pretty good safety there by Sunil. But still, he has a problem. And I believe he has the 10 ball tied up with the 15. So he's going to try to develop that cluster here. So you can see he sets up the angle on the 11. And he might be going for the breakout here. Oh, he did. But he missed. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Very unexpected there. I think his focus was primarily on the breakout. So he kind of took his eyes off the pot. And so he missed. And that has happened to me many times when your eyes is so focused on the breakout. But again, guys, you've seen this last video that I posted on my channel. And here is the opportunity where it came up. The 30-degree rail cut shot. You've seen the 45-degree cut shot video. But I'm yet to post a 30-degree cut shot. And look at that beauty there on that one. And like I said, guys, these shots are shots that you can make all day, all night, depending on your skill level. But I've had situations, and I'm almost certain that you've had situations where shots that you think are guaranteed, you miss them. And that was a beautiful putt. In my opinion, I think that was a beautiful putt there on the one. And a nice opening putt in the 3 here. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. Just by Sunil. Again, my wins, the rocks that I've won in this match was clearly because of uncharacteristic mistakes here that are made by Sunil. So had he capitalized on some of these chances that I gave him, or some of the chances that he got, he would have done a lot better and may have put me on a bit pressure here. This was a beautiful positional play here, just using a bit of outside spin there, floating into the line of the shot here, and just leaving myself nicely. See the 8 lying on the side? I could play a stop shot and take the thin cut, but it looks as if I'm just going to go forward just with a hair of inside spin and just floating back into position. Beautiful there. Really nice. So making a statement. It's a strong opening statement. I have to get the bridge. I'm just 5 feet 4 inches tall, guys. And funny enough, I might have to tell you guys, this table that I'm playing on is not one of my favorite tables to play on, because it's a little bit taller than I am. You can see that the edge of the table is a little bit below my belly button there. So a lot of the shots, if they're too far, I have to stretch. So even on this shot here, I have to use a bridge because I'm not tall enough. But it's an easy putt, so not too worried about that one there. Capitalizing again on another uncharacteristic mistake made there by Sunil Newman. So taking a 3-1 lead, and I'm now on the hill. Strong position, feeling good, feeling confident. I'm putting well. I gave up a few ball in hand, a few mistakes made, as you can see. To me, I think this is an average match. I don't have much to say. It wasn't an explosive match where you saw my run out skills and my positional play, but I did get a few chances and I did capitalize, and this is something that I'm working on assiduously, guys, that you have to take chances here. Again, because of that 3-point rule, or that variance of the 3-point rule, usually when a player in Jamaica is down by 3 rocks to 1, they're not going to break the game and open it up, because of course if they know that they're not playing well or their opponent is out shooting them, they tend to break soft. So I'm pretty surprised at how hard Sunil broke this rock here, because usually you want to kind of get into a strategic gameplay here, and it's not something that I do, but I've seen a lot of players soft break and kind of get it into a defensive battle where they're forcing their opponent to make an error. So again, a little bit quick there on that decision, in my opinion, my honest opinion. I felt like Sunil may have needed to give the table a bit more walk, look at a couple more options. Again, I'm only commentating based on my point of view, my opinion. You guys can leave your comments in the comment section and let me know if you thought that I did the rock, if I played the rock well, what pointers you can offer. All your comments are welcome, your advice are also welcome as well. So Sunil there gave me an opportunity, and again, huge mistake here. I was actually trying to stun follow the cue ball here to get position on the 5 or the 3, but I hooked myself completely behind the 11. Once again, you can see that I'm very confident in my kicking ability, and you can see that I'm going to use the +2 system. I can tell you that the look, I could have glanced at my opponent's face. He knew that this was a chance that he didn't expect. But once again, testing the 2-rail kick system. Look how confident I am at this. Just aiming towards, I'm not sure what number I aimed at, but that was beautifully executed there, escaping that uncharacteristic snooker that I gave myself. So still in the game with a kick shot like that, I think it kind of sent a message to my opponent, or in fact sent a message to any of any opponent that you're playing with, that you are not going to just lay down. And my mental fortitude was up. I was very confident. Everything that I got a chance to do, I did it with purpose. So when I went down on that 2-rail kick, I was very confident that I was going to make contact, even though I kind of left an opening here for Sunil. Now it seems as if that every rock, Sunil seems to always have that one ball, that one single ball that he has to solve, and in this case here, it's the 14 that's tied up with the 6. So I'm assuming that he's going to try to go for the breakout now. Well, at least that's what he tried to do here, but the cue ball float below, and notice his body language. And this is lessons that once I'm commentating on these matches, guys, I'm learning from this, because a lot of the times I'm not watching my opponent all the time. Sometimes I'm just waiting for my opportunity. So I'm more analyzing the table as we speak here, as opposed to watching my opponent's body language. And there, another uncharacteristic miss. So of course my opponent here has given me more chances than I would usually get. And as you can see in the other matches that will be posted on my channel, match 2, match 3, I think I'm going to be posting 2 match that I lost, or I'm going to be posting 2 match that I lost and 2 match that I won. I wasn't able to record 2 of the matches because at the time my videographer was not available. He was doing other videos as well. So I wasn't able to record those matches, but I'll let you know the scores on that match, and I'll also show you the chart layout here. Nice spin shot there, floating into position. Again, you can see that I'm a little bit short, so you can see that I'm not sure. Am I asking the referee about my extension? We're using a 35-second shot clock here, so I have to be up on the table here. That's a beautiful spin shot, really nice. Alright, really nice there. So I mean, am I surprised at my performance? I'm not, but I was definitely surprised at how composed I was, because I think that one of the biggest downfalls in my game here is that I tend to become flustered, and I tend to become very complacent, and I don't know when I sometimes lose focus, lapse in concentration of when to gauge my offense versus my defense. So there, didn't have an offensive shot, so I decided to play safe. Sunil decides to re-save here, and now it becomes a tactical battle here. Now I'm not sure if Sunil left a slight opening there on the 6, so I'm gonna have to see. And remember, we're using a 35-second shot clock. You guys are not seeing the shot clock on the screen because I felt like this match was moving a bit fast here. So tough, nice safety there by Sunil. He's trying to extract some sort of ball in hand. I believe what was happening here is that the opponent Goran Fortner, one of Jamaica's most finest player, was actually playing a shot. So he was in my line of shot. So I wasn't able to pot the ball. He has a beautiful pot there by Goran Fortner on the 8. And that match was a high intense match as well, because the young man that is in the white there, Nambi Reed, is a rising star over the past couple of years. He has definitely won some major events, and G Unit is a very decorated and highly classified player here in Jamaica. So that was a very intense match as well there. So went there, I tried to pot the 6. I believe I tried to pot the 6, but I missed the shot there. So let's see Sunil's layout here. Kind of left Sunil a little bit difficult, because the 6 blocks the 10 to the top left, and the 5 blocks the 14, and the 7 is there as well. So Sunil is going to try to play short side position here on the 14. So he pots. He's going to pot the 14 into the side. He's going to try to play position on the 10. He hesitated, so not sure what is happening. He may... Okay, so he's down back on the 14 here. It's going to be interesting to see how he tries to get out here. Pots the 14 into the side. Ooh, he missed that one. Uncharacteristic error again. So it's just a matter. For me, I think this match had one too many errors by both players. So even the scoreline is not a true reflection of how the match actually went, because if I was to just post this on my community feed to see that I defeated my opponent 4-1, you'd have thought that it was an obliteration. And again, you can see missing that shot. Very disappointed in that, because that was a really good opening there. I'm not sure, I may have went down on the shot a little bit too fast, and you can see I missed the shot by almost a quarter of a diamond, because I was trying to hold position for the 5. Didn't want to leave myself too steep. So that could have been the cause of why I missed that 7. Not justifying the miss, guys. That was a horrible miss, very unforgivable, and should be punished. But as I said, it's a learning process there. And again, Sunil may have... I think that a lot of his misses may have been because when he came to the venue, he looked a little bit tired as well. So it may have been a case. You can see I'm calming myself here, just telling myself that this is easy. This is something that you do in practice every day. Pocket the 7, float into position here. Beautiful, coming nicely up for the 5 here. And this is when I had to calm myself, because I already missed the 7. So missing another shot here is going to be more than likely unforgivable, and that would have given my opponent signs that I may have been nervous, or I may have been a little bit over anxious here. So just stun drawing off the 5, coming up for the 6, and the 8 ball here is near to the foot spot here. I have a flattish kind of angle, so this is going to be very interesting. I was very surprised at how perfectly I landed on the 8. Obviously, where the cue ball lands here on the 8 was not my initial plan. I wanted to float a little bit more. I wanted to stun the cue ball a little bit more in center. But would you look at that? When the pool gods are for you and when the luck is with you, you're going to play position like this. And so I've landed perfectly here on the 8. Notice I'm going through my usual pre-shot routine, not going down, not getting too anxious, and just potting the 8 here to take a 4-1 lead. So showing true respect there to my opponent there. Good opening victory by ApexElgenio. It was a good match overall. Again, a couple of mistakes here and there by both opponents, but I got the advantage. I took the chances that I got, and of course a shaky start to the tournament, really shaky start to the tournament, but I'm grateful for the victory, and I'm grateful for the lessons that I've learned from this match here. Alright, so I want to thank you guys for tuning in to this match here, match number 1. I will be posting match number 2, 3. I'll be posting match number 2 and match number 4 and match number 6, either in a few days or a couple of hours as well. All right, again, putting on my jacket there, very cold environment. And then of course, yeah, you guys can check out the vlog as well on the channel of me getting to this event. All right, so thank you guys for joining. Do not forget to hit the subscribe button below, turn on your post notification bell, leave some positive questions and comments, and let us just continue to improve our game with precision, accuracy, consistency and control. And until next time, this is ApexElgenio signing off.